if I gotta sit in jail, I'm gonna sit in jail, and then I'm gonna get out, and then he's gonna have to take me back to jail, which he's gonna have to pay his lawyer again.
Welcome back to the channel. Again, everyone new, glad to see you guys. Get some refreshments in the back. Before we continue, again, some housekeeping. Guys, continue, like, comment, subscribe. This really helps the algorithm. This is, what we're here for. We're here to have the conversation, right? We're here to actually initiate dialogue, not just have a one-sided sort of affair. In that regard, I gotta thank you guys. I have to thank you guys. You guys are coming in really big time, explaining a lot of the details here and really getting your, expressing your personality. And that's what I love. This is what YouTube is supposed to be about. That, and of course, cat memes. So again, like, comment, subscribe, push this one. Same thing as the other two. Come in, fill some stuff out, fill in the blanks, because there's a lot of us in here that are just kind of left scratching our head, but we're getting the gist of it. Lastly, the purpose of these things, even if it's not the normal things we cover, there's always a through line. There should always be a through line where you can take something away from that and learn and try to make your life and the life around you and societies sort of more equitable and more fair. Better. That's what we're trying to do here. That's what we're always going to try to do here. So if people worry that, your YouTube channel is going to become something else, this is what it was always supposed to be about: learning, getting better, growing. That's at the core of everything I do. Hopefully, that'll be at the core of some of the stuff you guys do. Let's get into this.
Never mind. Let me hush. Let me hush. mm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I owe child support that will never get paid. Sure do. But don't worry about that.
You want them?
I got that under control.
Oh, okay.
But if I owed so much child support and this and this and that, why am I not locked up yet, y'all? Why am I not locked up yet?
This is a question I've had once. I heard there's something like $40,000-$50,000 in arrears. And depending on when these videos are shot, sometimes looking at her weight could be like the through line, because a lot of you guys said recently she had, used GLP-1s and lost some weight. But the purpose of this video, why I selected these clips together, is to talk about, really child support and how it affects men, and how it sometimes doesn't really affect women to the same sort of degree. We know that men are usually the ones charged with paying child support because they typically make more money than their counterparts. That's what we've come to accept. Even even when the off chance or the rare chance that happens, some celebrity take Mary J. Blige, she has to pay this guy this. We all kind of champion that, like, because it's so rare. It's so like, wow, that rarely happens, for the better or worse. But that's what we kind of see. What we do also see in the main is men being jailed for not paying child support. We're going to explore that in a couple more scenes here, but that's the norm. Why it's never really rigidly applied, so stringently applied to women when they are in arrears, that's a conversation that we should talk about in terms of larger society, and how we have rules for men, rules for women, but we're all supposed to be under the same color of law.
Y'all know everything. Y'all are just so good at just knowing everything.
To be fair, some of y'all are really, really phenomenal at knowing everything. I'll give you guys that.
Why am I not locked up? Oh, okay. Shut the fuck up. Okay. Don't talk about shit you don't know nothing about.
Again, love the language in front of her kids. It's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
I would pay child support. No, don't worry about that. Take that off of me. I have 2 other children, and I don't think that it's fair to our kids to put me in jail for up to 6 months because of child support that I'm not able to pay. But you know that I can't pay because I'm not working, and you know why I'm not working, because I just had a baby, and you know I'm not making money off social media anymore because you played a part in that. So with that being said, why he won't take the child support off my back because I do for my kids. I'm here for my kids. I don't want to leave my kids. They deserve to have a mother just like they deserve to have a father. I don't care about all this step parent shit.
So, two things there, two important things there. The power of makeup should not be, you know, should not be taken lightly. Guys, be careful. Just be careful. From one scene to another, makeup is an incredible thing. Secondly, this is what we come to expect, that when women are in sort of like this position, this unenviable position of having to pay child support, that there's almost this expectation that he should just go easy on her. He has the kids, he has the family, he has the stable life. Well, why shouldn't he just go easy on her? Because she has other kids, and he's doing fine. I think this is one of those times where men, we fall on our sword and we think it's manly, it's masculine. When what we should always be doing, especially when we have kids, the things we should be doing should be for the betterment of the kids. Period. If you had kids with someone, you have a fiduciary responsibility to them. That goes both ways, right? I'm not an advocate for men not paying child support. More so would want, men to be in their child's lives first and foremost, paramount. Yes, do things get dicey when feelings and emotions are involved with it? Absolutely, absolutely. This is why our best bet is to exercise patience, exercise grace, and make sure that we are dealing with people are on the same wavelength. Or at the very least, if things go left, we both already know that everything we're doing is for the betterment of our children. Period.
I'm not downing step parents.
I've never had an experience where someone went to jail for not paying child support and they actually stayed in jail for more than 24 hours. Never. By the time you are placed in jail for non payment of child support, you have had many opportunities to pay and you have done nothing. So the only thing that the court can do is put you in jail until you make a purge payment. Now, a purge payment is not the entire amount. In the scenario I had yesterday, the guy owed $14,000, but had he been placed in jail, he only would have had to pay $1,000 to get out of jail. And here's the thing that's really crazy. Once you get locked up for not paying child support, suddenly you have the money. Your mama can help you with it. Your auntie can help you with it. Your sisters can help you with it. Your employer can help you with it. Once you're behind bars, suddenly the money appears. I had a guy ordered to pay $10,000, went to jail, paid the $10,000 before I got back to my office.
So again, so we know that it's not as if the 30 or $40,000 or the $50,000 that she owes can't be paid. Like she said, there could be a purge payment made, a way to rectify. I think what the law is trying to do is incentivize you to give them their money, right? Because that's why the law is involved in it. Let's if we can be honest and call a spade, that's why the law is involved with it. They want their bread too. If when you are want to put your if you want to snap benefits or state benefits, the first thing they're going to do, and your mom, they're going to say, hey, you got to put that man on child support. Essentially, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Right? The state's going to say, hey, we gotta do the thing. We're stepping in to be the man for you, or we're going to tax that man whatever opportunity we get. And we see across the United States different states enacting different laws. I think Jersey recently just started garnishing wages for men that were in arrears, like period. No court, nothing needed. I think it happened in was it the middle of the month, last month? But it's here nor there. The point is that even if you are in arrears, there is a system in place to jail you, then subsequently say, just give us a little bit and get out, and then repeat the process. Many men have, I've found in trying to do research for this, plenty of men that routinely ended up back in jail. What she's leaving out and making it seem like it's so simple that all of a sudden, once the pressure is on, you can find the money. It's always been there. It's always been available. You just refuse to pay it. We all understand that how economically poor a lot of us are. In that study, it said most of us can't put our hands on, a couple $1,000, or $1,000 emergency will wipe us out. That's more of the norm in America. If you are behind in child support and you're just behind, It's not like you're saying you're a deadbeat. The law doesn't really discriminate. As long as she is looking and pushing for that, that's where you will find yourself. And we both, I think it's fair to say that often family court can be weaponized against a man because, you emotionally are hurt. And this is the easiest way to lash out at him. Probably the easiest way as a kid, but this is another easy way to lash out at someone. So in this case, could Gerard be doing the same thing? He could be pushing to say you should be locked up. But that takes that initiative on one side and not the other. So if she's clamoring and saying, why am I not, if I owe money, why am I not? Am I not in prison? Well, because he's not pushing for it. That's another thing to discuss at another time with him, if he so happens to decide. But there's, say this and then we move on to the next slide, next scene. You can't get blood from a stone. Can't get blood from a stone.
No business having that baby if you dead ass broke. If you cannot support your children by yourself without the system and without the father, you have no right having kids, especially if you're not married.
Like full stop, right? Like it's always a little funny to me when people, and I get, we find ourselves in different places in our lives and there's different things that we can learn about ourselves. There's different scenarios we find ourselves in. So sometimes we learn the lesson after we've taken the test. So her saying this now, when you've clearly don't live by that, it comes across as completely fraudulent. People look at that and their eyebrows are raised. Like, that doesn't make any sense. You don't make any sense. If you're lying here, what else are you talking about? What else are you lying about? This is why I think even when she complains about her life being picked apart, part of it is, again, I've said in another video, if you put yourself online, like I've put myself online, you're gonna be scrutinized. At a certain point when you get so big, you're gonna be scrutinized, and people are going to want to know, why should I listen to you? What are your accolades? What gives you the right to talk about these things? What position or what point of view are you adding to the conversation? I'd like to think that I'm trying to add a balanced conversation, point of view to the internet. And I know it's trying to bail out the ocean with a thimble, but I don't want to be on the sidelines complaining about a thing and I did nothing to try and alleviate any type of issues, any type of problem. Or if I could help one person understand men and their struggles and their issues better, then this is what I'm here for. This is what I want, why I want to have the conversation. This is why I think we all should join in and have this conversation. Let's finish this up.
What you having kids for? He's hoping you pay bail. I bet because someone said that goes to child support. Not sure. I'm not paying no bail. I'm not doing that. I don't got it. Shit before y'all.
Oh, so that's a good correction. I guess he was attempted to put her on, child support and get his money some whatever means possible. Shout out to him. Get your coins. Get your coins. If that's the only way you can do it, that's the only way you can do it. Period. Right? Go for it. So guys, continue to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Guys, continue, if you see something that you want me to react to, and not just about this particular woman. This one will be trying. We're going to take our time. We're going to get down, there's a lot to go through. I'm trying to skip around the surface until we can really get our, get into the meat and potatoes of things. But the important part is always to find a through line and a lesson that we can learn. So if you guys can, help me on that, I greatly appreciate it. I'll see you guys on the next one.